Achnacarry House, seat of Clan Cameron, an account from Black's Picturesque Tourist of Scotland, published 1889. On the bank of the river which connects the two lochs stands Achnacarry House, the seat of Lochiel, chief of the Clan Cameron. Near it rises the ruined gable of the former chief's habitation, whose fidelity to the last of a doomed race, and subsequent proscription and exile, add to the romance of the 45. Close to the house, on the banks of the river Arkui, is the ruin of a summer house, from which it was said you could shoot a deer out of one window and catch a salmon from the other. Part of the old avenue of plane trees leading to it still remains, and some of the trees still bear traces of the fires kindled by Cumberland's soldiers under their camp kettles, which were hung on spikes driven into the tree trunks. Loch Arkaig, 12 miles long and about 11 broad, is surrounded with lofty mountains, and the oak and pine trees with which its banks were formerly covered are reappearing from the old stock. A small wooded island at the lower end was for generations the Lochiel family burying place. In a cave on a romantic and thickly wooded road between Loch Arkaig and Loch Lochy, called the Black Mile, Prince Charles once found shelter after his defeat at Culloden. It was here also that, after the suppression of the rebellion, Major Munro of Culcairn was shot by one of the Clan Cameron in revenge for the death of his son, who had been basely murdered by an officer of the name of Grant. Major Munro had unfortunately borrowed the white horse on which Grant rode, and thus met the fate which was intended for another. The Achnacarry deer forest, at the head of Loch Arkaig, was the scene of the lamentable death of the young Earl of Dalkeith, while deer-stalking, in September 1886. A path goes up the north side of the loch and through Glen Dessary to Loch Nevis on the west coast, and another to Kinloch-Morar.